with on which is on carbon. So that means carbocation. So here I am writing intermediates. What are the intermediates? Carbocation, carbanion, that means carbon with negative charge, a carbon with positive charge. And third one we discussed about free radicals. Here carbon can be with single electron. Now since this is a positively charged intermediate, that is carbocation, it will be readily attacked by a negatively charged, negative, or you can consider, so carbon with positive charge indicates what? It is an electron deficient. So since it is electron deficient, that is positive, it is readily attacked by, it is readily attracted by electron rich species. Since carbanion is electron rich, why it is electron rich? Because it is with negative charge. So as a result, it can be attacked by electron deficient species. Okay, and since it is a single electron species, it will be attacked by single electron species. So basically, depending upon the three intermediates which are formed during a course of a reaction, the attacking reagents can be considered as three types. What are the attacking reagents with electron rich species? You can consider as attacking reagent you can consider as nucleophiles, and electron deficient species they can consider as electrophiles, and single electron species we already discussed, that are nothing but free radicals. So basically there are three different types of attacking reagents which we can consider to attack on the intermediate form. So what are that? Nucleophiles, electrophiles, and free radicals. Let us discuss about these three attacking reagents with different examples. First, nucleophiles. What are nucleophiles? Nucleophiles, just now I told you, nucleophiles are electron rich species. Electron rich in the sense what? Since why they are called nucleo? Nucleo is nothing but nucleus. What is the charge of nucleus? It is positively charged. Philes is nothing but attraction. So nucleophiles are nothing but nucleus attracting species. Nucleus attracting means we know nucleus is positively charged. We already discussed about the properties of nucleus and who discovered nucleus in our atomic structure chapter. So now nucleus attracting species, nucleus charge is positive. So since these species are attracted towards nucleus, what do you mean by that? Since nucleus is positive charge, they are attracting towards positive charge, means they are negatively charged species or electron rich species you can consider. So that's why electron rich species are nothing but nucleophiles. So types of nucleophiles, let us take types. There are two different types of nucleophiles depending upon the charge. They are negatively charged nucleophiles. Nucleophile I am writing as Nu minus. Why? Because it is negatively charged. Negatively charged nucleophiles and neutral nucleophiles. What do you mean by a negatively charged? So we can easily guess from it that since it is negatively charged, what do you mean by that? It is a negatively charged species, electron rich species. So what are the examples for negatively charged nucleophiles? You can consider Cl minus, F minus, Cn minus, and CH3 minus, methyl free radical. All these negatively charged species you can consider as negative nucleophiles. So because they are electron rich, because they are with more electrons. So CH3 free radical, and you can also consider as NH2 free radical, NH2 negative charge, that is NH2 nucleophile. And neutral nucleophiles examples are, they don't have a negative charge on them, but they are electron rich. But without having a negative charge, how they can consider as an electron rich species? The primary condition which they should require here are with lone pair, that means lone pair, electron pair containing species. lone pair containing species. What are the species which are with lone pair and why they can consider as electron rich? Because since they have lone pair, they can donate this lone pair to other species and involve in coordinate bond. So now what are the lone pairs containing species? You can consider lone pair containing species as H2O. Water has two lone pairs on the oxygen. NH3, ammonia has one lone pair on the nitrogen. RNH2, amines. Okay, so these all are the lone pair containing species. These are considered as neutral nucleophiles. Why they are neutral? Because they don't have negative charge, but instead they behave as electron rich with respect to lone pair. So this lone pair can be easily donated to electron deficient species that are nothing but the intermediate. So basically nucleophiles are electron rich species. Why they are electron rich? Because they have negative charge in case of negatively charged nucleophiles, and they don't have negative charge but they are electron rich. They can consider as neutral nucleophiles. So this is about nucleophiles. Now let us discuss about the second attacking reagent, that is nothing but electrophiles. Electrophiles. So just now I told you what are electrophiles. These are electron deficient species, whereas nucleophiles are electron rich species. And nucleo is nothing but positively charged, that is nucleus attracting species. Electrophiles, philes is nothing but attraction, electro is nothing but electron. So electron attracting species, electron attracting species can be considered as electrophiles. What is the charge of electron? It is negatively charged, we know that. Since this is negatively charged, it is attracting towards negative charge. So you can consider electrophiles are positively charged. Why they are positively charged? Because they are attracting towards negatively charged subatomic particles that are nothing but electrons. So that's why they are considered as electrophiles. So basically electrophiles are electron deficient. So deficiency if generated over here, that is because of the positively charged. So now again types of electrophiles. There are two types same with respect to charge. First one is positively charged electrophile. Electrophile I am writing as E. Positively charged electrophile and neutral electrophile. What are the positively charged electrophiles? Positively charged electrophiles are all positively charged species such as chlorine cation Cl plus, Br plus, NO2 plus nitro species, nitro electrophile, and you can consider I plus, H plus, H3O plus, all positively charged species you can consider as positive electrophiles. Chlorine carbocation, chlorine cation, chlorine electrophile, bromine electrophile, nitro electrophile, iodo electrophile, hydro H plus electrophile and hydronium ion. These all are considered as positively charged electrophiles. And now coming to the very important, that is neutral electrophiles. Since they don't have any charge on them, but how the electron deficiency will be generated here? Electron deficiency will be created here with respect to one important concept, one important property, that is nothing but less than 8 electrons in valence shell. There should be this condition, or presence of empty d orbital. Okay, so any one of this condition should be there in a particular species in order to behave as neutral electrophile. Now let us discuss about, let us take some examples for less than 8 electrons in the valence shell, that is the species which are not obeying octet rule. Examples: BF3. So BF3 has an empty orbital, that means it readily accepts an electron pair, so that's why it is an electron deficient. PF3, BCl3 boron trichloride, BeCl2. These all are with empty orbital, so that's why these all are considered as less than 8 electrons in their valence shell. And similarly, presence of empty d orbital you can consider as FeCl3 ferric chloride, SnCl4 stannic chloride, that is SnCl4 tin chloride, tin 4 chloride. These all are considered with respect to presence of empty d orbital. So these are the examples for what type of electrophile? Positive electrophile and neutral electrophile. So this is about the second type of attacking reagent. Now let us move on to the last type of attacking reagent, that is nothing but free radicals. So I already told you, free radicals are the species with unpaired electron. Free radicals are the species with unpaired electron. Third type of attacking reagent, that is nothing but free radicals. So single electron species, single electron or unpaired electron species. Okay, now I told you that free radical, for example, if I am taking CH3 free radical, this is an intermediate which is formed here. So this intermediate should be attacked by another free radical, that is another single electron species, that is nothing but Br free radical if I am taking. So this Br free radical will be attacking one CH3 free radical and it results in formation of CH3Br as one of the product. For example, if I am taking CH3Br as reactant plus the reagent which we are considering here as H2O. This is a reagent and it results in formation of CH3OH, that is CH3OH, that is methanol is formed here, and along with this the product will be HBr. So when we are considering this reaction, that is methyl bromide reacts with water molecule. Methyl bromide is a reactant from which the reaction is starting, and reagent, attacking reagent is water here. So water is attacking water and it is giving CH3OH, which is nothing but the product, and HBr is the byproduct which is formed. So this is a chemical reaction and this is a reactant, this is a reagent, and this is product, this is byproduct. So basically, sequentially how this reaction will result in formation of product, we have discussed that in the form of organic reaction mechanism. First we discussed about bond fission, and secondly we discussed about the attacking reagents. Now the third and very important step you can consider, or the very important concept in organic reaction mechanism, and that is playing a very important role not only in whole 11th grade organic chemistry chapters but also in the 12th grade organic chemistry chapters, especially aromaticity of compounds, that is nothing but the bond displacement or bond polarization. Third important concept let us discuss. So till now we discussed about attacking reagents, that is the second one, and the first we discussed about the bond fission. So basically